another weekend to talk sports. Welcome to World's Weekend to Talk Sport on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. My name is Lizet, Femi-Oloyade, Sport Baby, and in the studio we have Raymond and also Sport Raymond in the studio. Raymond, how are you doing this afternoon?
Lizet mo wà ó mo kí ẹ̀yin olùgbọ́ wa káàkiri àgbáláyé káàbọ̀ sórí ètò West Weekend Total Sport, ètò eré ìdárayá ní ìkànnì West Radio 89.3 FM àti àtúnkí ọ̀gá wa pàtàkì tí ń ṣe wedding anniversary rẹ̀ lénìí, ọ̀gá wa Sam Adélérè. Mo kí òun àti ìyàwó rẹ̀ kó tó di pé mo gbé sporting rẹ̀ wọlé, mo máa ṣe àdúrà kan fún wọn, àmọ́ Lizet ni mo fẹ́ kó ṣe àmì sí àdúrà yẹn. Gbogbo nǹkan ogun à ń lé nǹkan àbá bí àwọn ikọ̀ kan ní ìlú London, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí ọ̀gá wa àti ìyàwó rẹ̀ rí o. Lizet bá mi ṣàmì sí àdúrà yẹn.
Say it in English now.
Ètò Yorùbá mo wá ṣe bí.
Do you understand what he's saying?
Say it in English.
Do you understand what he's saying?
Bá mi túmọ̀ rẹ̀ fún sporting rẹ̀.
He's trying to pray for Salere and his family, to besides the wife, and the fruit of the wedding that.
Today is their wedding anniversary.
Today is their wedding anniversary. Okay. That may it not be for them to be striving like a club in London that doesn't achieve what is expected of them to achieve.
So can
you do it,
Oya bá mi ṣàmì sàdúrà yẹn.
Ẹ wá fún mi sí sport.
Lizet pàápàá nítorí àkókò wa, bá mi ó fẹ́ ṣàmì sàdúrà tí mo ṣe.
I'll not mention the club. Remove the club from it.
Ó yá, nítorí àsìkò wa, ẹ má gbàgbé pé láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ àwọn ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ ìdíje FIFA Club World Cup ó gbìnàyà quarter final. Àwọn ikọ̀ bíi mẹ́rin ni ó wọ quarter final. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Fluminense àti Al Hilal. Fluminense pàdánù sí sọ́wọ́ Al Hilal pàdánù sọ́wọ́ Fluminense pẹ̀lú àmì ayò 2-1. Kó tó di pé mo tún fún yín ní àwọn ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ tó wá lóru èní mọ́jú, Sporting Rem náà wà bí báyìí. Sporting Rem káwọn èèyàn wá nílé.
Ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o ẹ̀yin èèyàn wá nílé. A káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò Weekend Total Sport ní Wales Radio 89.3 FM nínú Ìbàdàn, níbi tí a wà ní Olúyọ̀lé. Orúkọ tèmi Fatai ọmọ Oyebisi, àtúntìdé ní ọ̀sán ẹni níní ẹ máa bá wa bọ̀.
Ó yá, ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ wáyé lóru mọ́jú. Palmeiras àwọn pàdánù sí ọwọ́ ikọ̀ Chelsea àmì ayò 2-1 ní Chelsea fi borí wọn, nígbà tí PSG àti Bayern Munich ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ wọn máa gbìnàyà láago 5 ìrọ̀lẹ́ èní. Real Madrid nǹkan àwọn tí Ala Madrid ní àwọn èèyàn Sporting Rem aago 9 àṣálẹ́ ní kojú ikọ̀ Borussia Dortmund. Bákan náà láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ ìròyìn fi léde pé agbábọ́ọ̀lù Liverpool nígbà kan rí, ó ti di nígbà kan rí, tá mọ̀ sí Diogo Jota, ó pàdánù ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òun àti èkejì rẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ọmọ ìyá ọmọ bàbá rẹ̀. Kí Ọlọ́run kí ó fi ọ̀run kẹ́ wọn. Tí àkókò bá gbà wá, a máa tẹnubọ ìròyìn lápá bíbẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì ṣe burial ẹ̀ ní tó jẹ́ ọjọ́ 5 ní oṣù kejì ọdún 2025. Bákan náà ikọ̀ Manchester United àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù bíi 5 wọ́n ti fìwé lélẹ̀ yìí pé àwọn fi ikọ̀ yẹn sílẹ̀ pé àwọn ò ní bá wọn kópa mọ́ nínú sáà tuntun tó fẹ́ gbìnàyà. Agbábọ́ọ̀lù bíi Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, Tyrell Malaysia òun náà wà nù wọn. So àti àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù bákan nínú ikọ̀ yẹn tí contract wọn ti tán, tí ikọ̀ Man U náà ò sì fẹ́ renew contract àwọn bíi Victor Lindelof, gbogbo wọn máa fi ikọ̀ Manchester United sílẹ̀. Lizet, kí ló ní fún wa?
Let's start with the Manchester United. No, let's start with Diogo Jota one. Let's start on a low note so we can go on a high note. It's a very sad one. It's a loss and a big shock to the football community. And why it for me is very symbolic is because the event that happened before the death made it very, very emotional, and it's a big shock. The fact that every football academy, football club has come out, to send their love, their condolences, made it very, very emotional. How do you feel about this, Sporting Rem?
As you have said, it's very, very emotional for me. Hearing about the news through one or two handles of the team manager, Mr. Adelere, on that very day, it's very disheartening looking at the tragedy of that very death, the event that precede the death, in the sense that winning the Premiership in May, settling for his own heart in June. Then the Dets winning the Euro Nation still in June.
Yeah.
Then Dets coming by July. It's very, very shocking tragedy indeed. Someone doesn't pray for this in someone's enemy life. That's you just have to pass through that horrifying moment before someone can transcend into the world beyond. So to me, we just have to condole with the family, the immediate family. I mean, the wife and the sons and daughter. But that being said, Diogo isn't just an ordinary person.
Yes, it's not.
Definitely 1 to 5 people will be working with him in terms of being a player, an agent. Apart from the agent, there will be some PA that will be working with him. In honesty, that has not been established, but I think beyond the investigation that will be released very soon, beyond in terms of how on earth will a celebrity of his own status, I have never heard of it in my life that someone can drive a Lamborghini from here in Ibadan to Ijebu-Ode. I have not. It's not the kind of car you can drive for that long. I mean Lamborghini. It's just like for celebrity purpose, just for show off. But for him driving such car in that magnitude of long journey, it says a lot about the management of Diogo. So these are one of the things I'm expecting the investigation to look into. And I made mention of one thing on that very day, that I believe Liverpool as a club and as a city, I mean Merseyside, they will eventually take up or took up the well-being, the welfare of the immediate family. I mean the sons and kids, and which they have done.
Yeah, there are two things they've done now. Liverpool have done.
The more or less like what I have preempted is eventually playing out. Definitely, the investigation out of 3 or 4 content that I have put down that on this should happen, this should happen. 2 has happened eventually. Yeah. That means that it remains 2. So I'm looking forward to that. Some head needs to roll, that they should invite them, question them. From there, 1 or 2 video might not be played to us before he got to the car in his house, before and after, what really happened within the space of 48 hours before he traveled.
Well, out of the 2 things you mentioned, Liverpool has done. I don't know the 2 things you were supposed to say, but I know Liverpool have done 2 things. Yeah. They are going to, honor the number 20 already, and that's already certain. Exactly. And then, as of this morning, report says that the remaining 2-year contract, they'll be paying the salary to his immediate family.
That is less attractive to me. That is their own personal decision.
That is literally them working in their team. We never work alone.
I understand what you're saying.
And they're committed to the family for as long as they can.
That is what I'm saying, that they've taken it to their own part, that the well-being of the immediate family, I mean the sons and the daughter of his, Liverpool has shouldered that responsibility. Yeah. That means that till 8th grade and even beyond, they will be the one taking responsibility of that very family. Yeah. So, on their own part, they've done the needful. It's just for a lesson for us here in Africa to key into. Is it the immediate or after of your career that you'll be celebrated?
Liverpool has done their best. We hope that investigations, will know what's going to happen after that. Now let's move away from there, sending our love and condolences to the family of Diogo Jota, and also to all Liverpool fans and football fans in general. Moving forward, let's talk about the prodigal sons of Man United. That I'm calling them prodigal sons because
are they prodigal?
More or less prodigal sons. I mean, what do you think, Raymond?
Oriso. Àbí kí la fẹ́ sọ pa wọn? Bóyá kí la máa pè wọ́n?
Rashford.
I don't really see them as a prodigal son. Okay. The situation warrant that. I will keep saying this. On a normal level, these are players that they aren't there yet, but we are expecting them to perform wonders. So to me, the pressure they are trying to show that has really consumed them, be it flamboyant life or one way or the other. You know, if responsibility is being shouldered on an unresponsible person, definitely there will be the shoulder will become weak, and at the end of the day, the shoulder is going to fall, and this is what is eventually playing out. These are players that are not yet there for Man U, apart from Rashford. So I don't know what Raymond is trying to say.
Sporting Rem, kí n tó bi ẹ́ ní ìbéèrè, jẹ́ ká wọnú Facebook ká kí àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa lápá bíbẹ̀ yẹn. Má gbàgbé pé ẹ láǹfààní láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí Facebook wa, West Radio 893 FM fan page, West Radio 893 FM fan page. Ẹ search fún lórí Facebook, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, yín náà lè bá wa dá sí ètò lápá bíbẹ̀ yẹn. Ọ̀rẹ́ wa tó tún jẹ́ olólùfẹ́ wa Jọlá Oṣó Àríyọ̀ ẹ̀rín, ó ní good afternoon, watching you from Araro Makinde up Inter Milan, ẹ ti já dànù. Una good afternoon, Adelere Reserve Àríyọ̀ náà ló sọ báwọn. Ó tún tẹ̀síwájú, ó ní my high point this week is the Diogo Jota death that came like mystery, so painful. Anyways, we pray may he perfect soul rest in peace. Ó tún tẹ̀síwájú, àmọ́ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kà ẹ̀yin náà ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa torí epistle tó kọ ó pọ̀ lọ jíjà ni. Habib Muyiwa Tijami, ó ní Raymond Tana I cite to èmi náà rí ọ̀gá mi, ó ní you are doing well. Ó tún tẹ̀síwájú, ó ní watching you from Araro Makinde up Liverpool, àwọn ti Liverpool nìyẹn sì kú ọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn. Precious Bolúwa ti fẹ́ mú rí ẹ lápá bíbẹ̀, ó ní watching you from Ọ̀yọ́ up Manchester United, àwọn ti Manchester nìyẹn league ṣúọ̀ fún yín ní next season. Ó yá pápápá Sporting Rem, ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ lẹ́kan nípa pé pressure tó wà lórí àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù Manchester United, ó dà pé ò fara mọ́ nǹkan tí Lizet sọ. Èmi wá fẹ́ bi ẹ́ ní ìbẹ́ta bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pressure, jẹ́ ká wọnú ikọ̀ Barcelona, jẹ́ ká mú Lamine Yamal ká fi ṣàkàwé. Tá bá wo Lamine Yamal under 18 ní Lamine Yamal, bọ̀ pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ti gbé ṣe nínú ikọ̀ Barcelona àti káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè Europe, nǹkan tó ti gbé ṣe nínú bọ́ọ̀lù àfẹsẹ̀gbá ó ju ọjọ́ orí rẹ̀ lọ. Tá lè gbé Lamine Yamal sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Garnacho. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ó ju ọjọ́ orí ẹ̀ lọ official.
Àtọ̀fíṣà àtọ̀nà ọ̀fíṣà ó ṣàjọjọ́ orí rẹ̀ lọ. But tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Lamine Yamal, a tún lè sọ pé òkè Garnacho. Wo kan tí Lamine Yamal ń ṣe, kí ló dé tí Garnacho perform dé level tí Lamine Yamal fi perform? Ṣáfẹ́ sọ pé ikọ̀ Man U ni ó jẹ́ ikọ̀ tí kò jẹ́ kí Garnacho ti perform ni, àbí Garnacho fúnra ara ẹ̀ gan ni ò dáa tó, àbí overhyping ni ó ń parú àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn?
Raymond, ìkan tẹ́ mú ayé ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn,
kí ni ìyàtọ̀ rẹ̀?
a lè fi wọn jọra wọn. Ideology Man U yàtọ̀ sí ideology Barcelona. Package PR tán fún Yamal yàtọ̀ sí package and PR tẹ̀ fún Garnacho. Homegrown fine làwọn méjèèjì, youth academy ni wọn. But what are the structures that surround Lamine Yamal on field and off field of play? Is it the same kind of structure the package fún Garnacho on the field of play? Òun náà lè package òun náà ni on and off field of play. Ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù wo ló rọ̀ mọ́ Yamal lórí field? 100% àwọn tán lè deliver ni, kò ń ṣe half bake. By the time you made mention of Rafinha, you made mention of Lewandowski, you made mention of Pedri, you made mention of this other guy from France, Tongbeni Sevilla. This their left flank player, Jules Koundé. These are established players. But by the time you look at Garnacho and the role Yamal is playing in that team, central team, though èmi máa ń sọ personal pé Ọlọ́run máa ṣe ògo mi lógo tó máa pa fógo èèyàn kan in that of Ansu Fati, but ibi tá à ń lọ kọ́ nìyẹn. But by the time you look at Garnacho, is it central to the playing style of Man U with any coach? No. Àbí? But tó bá yẹ kẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ní level Yamal you structure that. Example, nígbà tẹ́ lọ gbé Wayne tailor that, okay, àti mọ̀ láti inú academy, àwa là ń support ẹ̀ nígbà tó wà Everton and build there. We just want him to have a different environment with us so that tó bá ti tó level tó yẹ ká gbé wọlé, a máa gbé wọlé. Ìgbà tó wọ Man U, look at the structure on and off field. Look at the kind of players tí Rooney bá play, and he grew along the line. But that of Garnacho, he is a lone ranger. He's not a squad ranger, he's a lone ranger. But Yama is a squad player, a squad ranger. That same play with Wayne Rooney back then is a squad player. On ṣiṣẹ́ fún ni, ó dẹ̀ fulfill the part. But this is Garnacho. You yourself, you know, you are a Man U fan. You watch your team playing. It's very, very hard for you to say that Garnacho is the one dictating the pace of this team. No, but Yama is the one dictating the pace of the team. So these are two things world apart. But PR wọn yàtọ̀ síra wọn.
Sporting rem mi ò ní fi gbogbo ara agree pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ because tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Lamine Yamal lóòótọ́ ó láwọn agbábọ́ọ̀ tó ṣe kànrìn láyìíká rẹ̀ then èmi fi pé Lamine Yamal step up game ẹ̀ unlike Garnacho. Tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Garnacho ní under Erik ten Hag ó ní playing time torí Garnacho làwọn bíi Amad Diallo wọn ni wọn ò ṣe tètè ní playing time lọ́ndà Erik ten Hag nígbà tí Ruben Amorim náà wọlé sínú ikọ̀ Man U wọ́n fún ní playing time but Garnacho tó bá wo ìṣọwọ́ gbá bọ́ọ̀lù rẹ̀ ó ń gbá bọ́ọ̀ bí ẹni pé bí ó sì kéré like bí èèyàn tó ṣe ń grow unlike Lamine Yamal ti ń gbá bọ́ọ̀ kọjá èjì tó wà yẹn.
Raymond wàá sọ̀rọ̀ kù mo mọ̀ máa down third aspect yẹn náà ló mú wáyé in the sense that media hype in England is very, very powerful than that of media hype in Spain. And to me, there is no media hype in Spain. Tó bá ṣe jókòó ló máa bá rẹ̀. But Garnacho is not yet there. Media hype time fún ní England òun ló gbé débẹ̀.
That's the point.
So you don't these are half big players that you want to sell to the world. And ṣé nígbà tí Rooney wà ní Everton ṣé gbà yẹn ló make ẹni probably not until after four seasons in Man U ló tó wà established as a footballer.
Not tó mọ̀ worldwide.
As a footballer kò ń ṣe ìgbà tó ní Metasasa ten package ẹ̀ lọ World Cup dandan ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ play World Cup. And we've seen the detriment of that in his career at the end of the day. So these are players. Meanwhile Yamal náà òun náà ti ń ṣe overbearance with his own character.
He's
overzealous. He's young, but those that needs to manage him, is he allowing them to manage him?
Let's move away from Garnacho for a bit. Why is nobody talking about Rashford?
Nobody will talk of Rashford in the sense that Rashford is off the radar. Off the radar in the sense that he went to Everton, Aston Villa. One way or the other, he delivered.
Yes.
The environment in Man U might not be. He delivered. He did. Raymond, he delivered.
How many goals?
Forget about goals. Is Rashford a natural scoring player?
He's a baller.
He's a baller. You keep hammering on this. He doesn't score. Score. Did he deliver? How many assist goals does he have?
Thank you.
Or does he have in Aston Villa? 5. Within the space of how many months?
6 months.
It's not 6 months.
It's not 6 months.
January kọ́ ló darapọ̀ mọ́.
It's not.
It's not January.
It's not January. So these are things. Raymond, tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ fire Rashford, don't say that because he went to Aston Villa he didn't score goal. No, take that away from it. Ṣé impact nǹkan tí Unai Emery fẹ́ lò fún ṣó deliver. How many goals ni these other Madrid guy from PSG that they loaned the two of them together? How many goals ni Rashford to create fún to dey convert? That is. Those are the things you need to look into.
Yes.
Not in terms of ṣé Rashford fúnra rẹ̀ score. Look at the kind of opponent he played with within the space of the Champions League league phase that Rashford play. Ṣé opponent ṣan feel the impact on fit? Yes. Ṣé ẹ̀yin lovers Man U ṣe like it? No, because he's not in your colour.
It's only Man U players that are against
Raymond,
him like this.
That Rashford did not deliver in Aston Villa is a blatant lie.
Ok, jẹ́ ká ṣe bí ilé tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Rashford àti Anthony Alegbesegbe àwọn méjèèjì jọ lọ lónìí pẹ̀lú Jadon Sancho nínú ikọ̀ Chelsea. Ok, jẹ́ ká wo àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tá la lè sọ pé ó deliver jù nínú àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta.
In pecking order àbí a máa fẹ́ sọ pé Anthony kí ló fà á ibi tó ti lọ play league tó ti lọ play you can express yourself.
Yes.
You have freedom to express yourself, but where he is coming from, Anthony is not allowed to express himself. That is what eventually play out in the Europa Conference League final against Chelsea. He wasn't allowed to express himself. and we keep praising him gbogbo match tó ti ń play ball tó bá face Chelsea, and you know I called from home and I made mention of that he will never be allowed to express himself against Chelsea, and which eventually play out. So tá a bá ní ká lò in pecking order, Anthony, Rashford, Sancho, Bajima, Tony. Yes. But when it comes to achievement, you have to pick Sancho
ahead of them.
Yes, ahead of them, because he won the Conference League, and at the same time, they qualified for Champions League.
Yes.
2, you pick Rashford because they qualify for Europa.
Yeah.
I mean, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Though he might not be up to final, but Anthony now comes in that pecking order.
Sporting rẹ̀ kó tó di pa kúrò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Rashford, jẹ́ ká ṣe bí eléyìí tá a bá wo ọdún tí Rashford ti lò nínú ikọ̀ Man U, ó ti lò ọdún 9. So mo fi pé senior player nínú ikọ̀ Man U, responsibility yẹn yẹ kó wà lórí gbogbo nǹkan tí Bruno Fernandes ń ṣe nísìnyí. Rashford ló yẹ kó máa deliver fún Man U. Mo fẹ́ fi àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù kan ṣàkàwé nínú ikọ̀ Manchester kan ti jẹ́ senior player bíi Marcus Rashford, a lè sọ̀rọ̀ bíi Patrice Evra. Àríṣẹ́ tí Evra ṣe nígbà táwọn bíi Nemanja Vidic, Bruno Ferdinand àti gbogbo wọn kúrò nìkan Man U, a máa rí pé ó deliver. Antonio Valencia náà nígbà tóun náà fìgbà kan jẹ́ captain Man U, òun náà deliver. Then Wayne Rooney ta sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ tán, òun náà deliver. So mo fi pé nígbà tó kan Marcus Rashford, ó yẹ ká rí impact yẹn lórí Marcus Rashford. Gbogbo nǹkan tí Bruno Fernandes ń ṣe nínú Man U, Rashford ló yẹ ká máa rí image yẹn lára rẹ̀. Kí ló fà á tí Rashford ò fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀?
Raymond, kò lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn player kan wà tó yẹ pé they don't like facing the camera in terms of ó lè má jẹ́ captain yín, but he is one of your leader, and leader is very very powerful than a captain in a team. Go and confirm that.
Yeah.
A leader is more powerful than a captain. More reason you see the lies of Ballack, you see the lies of Lampard bullying on the field, and Terry will dare not say anything. Same thing apply in Arsenal, back when Arsenal was Arsenal, not robotic Arsenal we're having now. A leader is more important than being a captain in a team. Rashford is your leader, he is not your captain.
Sporting rẹ̀ máa wá disagree tó bá sọ pé leader ni Rashford. Mi expect kí bóyá board member àbí olùkọ́ni kó call out irú èèyàn bíi Rashford, kí Rashford wá lọ hold press conference àbí kó máa grant interview láti máa sọ̀rọ̀, láti máa tarnish image ikọ̀ bíi Man U. Jẹ́ n fi Harry Maguire ṣàkàwé, gbogbo èèyàn ló bẹnu àtẹ́lu Harry Maguire, àtọmọdé ilé àtàgbà nínú ikọ̀ Man U ló bẹnu àtẹ́lu. Kò sígbà kan tí Harry Maguire jáde sọ̀rọ̀. So kí ló fà á nígbà tó ní pé leader ni Marcus Rashford, tí rọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn jáde, ṣèbó yẹ kó ka sára ni kó fi bọ́ ara kó fi respond lórí pápá.
Okay, before Sporting will answer, let's assume this kind of thing happened before the same Man United when Ronaldo went back. Was he not a leader too? Ronaldo is seen as a leader everywhere. He went back and he also said was in a press conference and also talked about Man United. How is it different from what
yàtọ̀ wà nù rẹ̀? Ronaldo lè sọ̀rọ̀ because Ronaldo ti deliver.
Wait.
Okay.
Rashford to deliver now.
Yes.
Before you begin to
Rashford
castigate this guy.
delivered.
He has delivered for Man U.
Lọ́nà wo?
Ṣé Rashford ò sínú tíìmù yín tó ń win Europa during Mourinho era ni?
Nígbà tí Man U gba Europa, kí ni impact ẹ̀?
I'm asking.
Ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀, kí ni impact ẹ̀?
Nígbà tẹ́ gba FA, kí ni impact ẹ̀?
Mò ń béèrè kí ni impact ẹ̀?
Nígbà tẹ́ gba FA, kí ni impact ẹ̀?
Mò ń béèrè, mi ò rí impact ẹ̀ lórí pápá.
To you, not to others. It's not about seeing you on camera. La máa fi mọ̀ pé kí ni impact Giroud ní 2012 World Cup àbí 2014 World Cup tí France win. We keep saying a striker that does not even score a single goal throughout the World Cup, but looking at his own impact on the field of play, la fi mọ̀ pé Giroud is a complete striker. Kò pọn dandan kó gbẹ́rùrù now. Let's try to understand this. Now this boils down to character and upbringing. You can't see any Manchester-born player, most especially black, ọmọ wa outspoken. Ìwà ó yàtọ̀ sí ìṣe o. Tí ìwà èèyàn bá ti bo ìṣe èèyàn máa ní problem. But over there in England, ìṣe wọn máa ń bo ìwà wọn. It's just part of it. You can't expect him not to talk. Èèyàn lè wọ́n pressure bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó má sọ̀rọ̀ now. Truth be told, èèyàn lè wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀. Then the way he was being treated from the start, more or less like a king. But he's not a prince, but they make him a king.
They made him a king. Very correct. You
So,
cannot now expect
you
them
cannot
to make him like a
have a
king.
wash it down.
You
Kó
will
wá
not
lóhun
watch-
àánú.
it's
wọ́n
not
tẹ̀ ti wash
possible.
ẹ̀ down because ìròyìn fi léde pé number 10 jazz ẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé fún Kunwa tí wọ́n
Yes,
ṣẹ̀ rà.
yes.
Kò matter, but
They don't wash am down.
it has already been made that Man U
They don't remove the crown.
ló fi gba
wọ́n fi gba star.
ló fi gba NBA. Ó fi Man U gba NBA now.
Yes, now.
He's an NBA in England over there. Tó máa ń pè é pé a fẹ́ ṣe ètò, he will be part of those that the king will invite.
Very correct.
So Raymond, be it you love him or you hate him or you dislike him, Rashford, he has delivered for Man U.
And Rashford is a baller, whether you like it or not.
Go and sign him.
Moving away
Sign him
from
for Arsenal.
moving away from there, before we go to the FIFA World Cup, let's talk about Nico Williams. There was a dramatic turn before he was going for Barca, and it was clear that he wanted Barca. Only for him 2 days ago to come out and say he's staying back at Athletic. And then we now found out few minutes later that Barca also found out online that he's staying back at Athletic. And now they've said they are no longer anything that involves Nico Williams.
An era cannot be the same. This is an era of Messi in Barcelona. Yamal is trying to impose Nico on Barcelona in terms of being a friend of each other. That is what I'm seeing in that. That being said, Nico agent or Nico structure or Nico background try to do one or two findings, and eventually they discover that if Nico is being signed by Barca, it's either they try to register him and ERF, the Spanish La Liga body will not accede to that on time. There might be a logjam development, more or less like Dani Olmo's scenario might play out. And at the end of the day, be rest assured, Nico will not be getting his salary on time. Probably maybe 25% or 35%.
Okay, like I understand the angle you're coming from, but that's not the bone of contention here.
Yeah.
My argument or my angle is from the way Nico and his agent.
I'm trying to lay the foundation
you understand?
that leads to that.
Yes.
On Atletico part, Atletico was not it was not even in the camera of the negotiation. Barca did not negotiate with Atletico Madrid. They went behind to negotiate with the
Representative
team
of Nico
of
Williams.
Nico, not even directly with Nico. Eventually, they want Yamal to front for that. You are the one that needs him in this team. Front with that. Talk to your friend. At the end of the day, Nico was neither there nor here. But Atletico getting to know that they came out.
But sorry, Sporting Red, rumor why pé Nico ti agree 6 years deal pẹ̀lú
Yes,
Barca.
He agreed, but without the consent of Atletico Bilbao. We should get that clear. More reason I tried to lay the foundation that Atletico get the wind of that. They came out saying they are not in camera of that. They are not in the known. And with respect to Barcelona, they still need to come on board, try to let them know what is happening. Barcelona refused doing that. At the end of the day, Atletico Madrid still on their own promise of doing very well with Barcelona. They let Barcelona let them know that you have to pay outrightly, not paying in part, which Barcelona cannot do for now because of their financial strength. With that, having said that, Atletico Bilbao negotiation team kick in place, try to get Nico senior brother from Madrid. Talk to your brother. This is what we need. Off camera secrecy. I'm trying to discuss about here on air. Nico, brother, get involved. Talk to him. Where you are heading to? You know we are from Africa. African mentality. It has to play in camera. Yeah. Then Bilbao offer him another deal, and here we go. Barcelona, they are checking. So.
And ìròyìn gan tẹ̀ fi léde pé ikọ̀ kan láti orílẹ̀-èdè Russia yìí pé wọ́n gbowó lórí TikTok wọ́n fi kún owó tí Barcelona fẹ́ fi gbé Nico.
Not that team. Just a wing of that team, more or less like a fan base of that very team. That they have one or two things doing with Barcelona through their own leader. Not that team. bí Raymond ṣe jẹ́ apá kan náà olólùfẹ́ Man U tí ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ Rashford tí Man U bá wò pé a fẹ́ lé ẹ lọ, you can be part of them láti lé lọ. So that is.
Okay, now let's go to the FIFA World Cup. Yes, the quarterfinal started yesterday, and the result of yesterday was a very shocking one to me. Fluminense kicked out Al Hilal from the tournament. How do you see it? Because Al Hilal had a very good, compact run in this tournament. They kicked out. Who did they even?
Defensively, they are very solid.
Yes, very, very solid. You understand? And I remember when they were doing so well, people started remembering what Ronaldo said one time, and he said, the Saudi league is one of the top 5 league. You know, they were showing up, and I did not see Fluminense actually kicking Al Hilal. How do you see it, Sporting?
Well, the two of them, they are well known when it comes to Club World Cup, Al Hilal and Fluminense. But who is more grounded? Fluminense, in terms of what? Personality. In terms of personality, in terms of the availability of players on the field of play, the kind of experience they've garnered. Though Al Hilal to more structure like more an European team, but where they are applying their trade is of the Asia part of the continent. I mean Saudi Arabia. But by the time you look at the Fluminense team, we have the aged, and the underage. The three flows together. Age in terms of players that they are matured, but less privileged in terms of chances of plying their trade in Europe. Aged, those that have been there, they came back home, then still plying their trade in their own country. Someone like Thiago Silva. There's this other guy from Mexico. He's still in that team. He's an aged player.
Santiago Arias.
Thank you. So these are players that have seen it all in Serie A before moving to France, England. I believe this very tournament will open the eye of Chelsea that why do we release Thiago Silva? It will open their eye. But that being said, you can't combine the experience and the agility still in that team with the underage that they are trying to expose. That is what Inter Miami is missing. That is what they are missing. The Inter Miami is doing it as if it's a one-man show, but Fluminense is doing it. We are all in it together. So that's the difference. So that they beat Al Hilal is not an understatement to me that unexpected. No, is what definitely I believe it should happen. It should happen in the sense that Fluminense is not just a newcomer when it comes to Club World Cup. They cherish it like more than their own Copa Libertadores. I mean their own Champions League. So the experience, the exposure, the kind of opponent they believe they are going to face, and their coach. I believe it's either Raymond or Italy have said it that their coach doesn't have a permanent tactics. He used to tweak his own tactics to the opponent.
Yes,
the kind of playing style the opponent is going to bring on board. Yeah, the kind of playing style the opponent is going to bring on board. That is what their coaching crew will respond to, which to me is a good development. So Fluminense in the semi-final is a good expectation that they will be facing more or less like a Brazilian team of their own caliber in Europe. I mean Chelsea.
All right, now going to the game that happened early as of today. Chelsea knocked out Palmeiras with scoreline 2-1. Let's talk about it. How did you see that?
Chelsea beating Palmeiras. I've said it here that Palmeiras facing Chelsea will be more entertaining, and at the same time, more Brazilian syndrome. Brazilian syndrome in the sense that Chelsea stands on 3 things. Being a Brazilian, if you go to Chelsea, definitely you are going to enjoy the environment. Being an European but Portuguese, you're going to enjoy the environment. Then African syndrome, you're going to enjoy the environment as well. But the only thing that is not yet going for Chelsea is the eastern part of the European continent. I mean, more or less like Ukraine, Belarus, Slovakia. These are players they've tried several times. They are not performing. Name it, Metaja Kesman, I think this other guy,
Andriy
Shevchenko. There's another guy that
Arjen Ruben.
No, Ruben is not from the eastern part.
Okay.
So these are players that they can't perform in Chelsea.
Michael Madrid.
Did he? He doesn't. That is to tell you a club that has a culture. Now facing Palmeiras, more or less like we are facing more or less like people we know that we know how to play against them. So Chelsea will not have that much problem playing against Palmeiras. And the only thing that I expect them to felt on the field of play this very early morning was that the absence of Caicedo, but they didn't felt it. Palmeiras didn't even use the central midfield against Chelsea. They are trying to play by flanks. So to me, it's very, very easy for Chelsea. Though very easy by the time you are watching it, but playing out there, they know they play a strong team. But all being the same, congratulations to Chelsea.
Sporting Rem, kí Lizet tó gbé wa wọnú ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ tó máa wáyé ní àṣálẹ̀ ní àti ìrọ̀lẹ́ ní jẹ́ kí n bí ẹni béèrè nínú ikọ̀ Chelsea àgbọ̀ wájú tán ṣẹ̀gbé Liam Delap láti inú ikọ̀ Ipswich tá bá wo rating rẹ̀ ní àná, rating rẹ̀ kéré gan 6.0, 54th minute ni wọ́n gbé jáde ó sì gba yellow card. Ṣé kò ń ṣe flop mi lélẹ̀? Má gbàgbé pé Nicola Jackson gbogbo èèyàn ló bẹnu àtẹ́lù pé kò deliver, but Delap ti gbá fẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ bíi mẹ́ta fún ikọ̀ Chelsea omi àwọn kan, but pẹ̀lú performance nínú ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta èmi personally mi ti wà convinced lérí Liam Delap, pàápàá jùlọ lánàá tí mo expect pé ó yẹ kó perform to my expectation. 6.0 rating, kí ló lè sọ nípa Delap? Ṣé kò ń ṣe flop mi lélẹ̀?
ẹ má jẹ́ àti sáré à ń ṣáájú ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́pẹ̀dẹ́ pre-season la ṣe wáyé. To me pre-season ni mo ka club world cup sí, so ó dìgbà tí ẹrù tó gbèrú yẹn, ẹrù tó wọ̀ yẹn àti ṣẹmọ pé àti sọrí pé ṣé kò yẹ pé eléyìí ó ti gbìnà ya rẹ̀ sí ibi tí ò yẹ kó gbìnà ya rẹ̀ sí. So ẹ jẹ́ kí normal season bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó máa di bí August 15 àbí 15 ká wá wo bí ayò bí 10 sí 15 yẹn 15
ká wá fi judge
but for now
bí àná yẹn máa gbóná mọ́ àbí kò ní gbóná.
season náà ṣì wà, so ẹ má jẹ́ àti sọ pé bóyá afẹ́ máa yẹ̀wò ẹ̀ wò.
Okay. So let's talk about the game that's going to come up today. PSG and Bayern Munich by 5 p.m. Real Madrid and Dortmund by 9 p.m. PSG, Bayern Munich scoreline. What do you think scoreline is going to be like?
And don't let me say the scoreline because it should be very, very difficult.
Which team are you pitching your tent with?
Definitely, I'll pitch my tent with PSG.
Okay.
Reason being that the present European champion, and the style of play on the field of play. I've said it last week that that match will be squarely on coach thinking. The two coach thinking, their tactics, how will the players on the field of play exhibit that instruction. So to me, it's not the duel on the field, but the duel on their brain.
Okay, so do you think there'll be any overturn of event? Would you be surprised if, because clearly PSG is the fans' favorite, will you be surprised if Bayern Munich actually defeats PSG?
I will be surprised, but not in terms of the ability of their coach. Okay. I mean Vincent Kompany, but with the ability of the team, of his own boys on the field of play. They should take the bull by the horn, decide by themselves, because Kompany doesn't have the thinking ability at this very level.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's not yet there. Kompany is not yet there. The reason why I'm saying this is that if you look at Champions League last season, the way Amana he tried to play against I think Celtic or Rangers, he was overrun within the space of 15 minutes. That you already have the ticket in your hand. But thank God to individual brilliance of I think that should be Jamal Musiala that decide the game on that very day. Individual brilliance. So to me, Kompany, did he or does he have the ability at this stage? No, I doubt that. More reason I said the decision, the winning side would depend on the coaching team, on the coaching side of the individual team on the field of play.
Okay, Raymond.
Ọ̀yá ká tó tẹ̀síwájú ká wọnú ká fẹsẹ̀ kan yánú Facebook ká tún wo àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa lápá bíbẹ̀ yẹn. Adótóbẹ̀rù Maxwell ó ní ẹ kú ètò we are winning the FIFA Club World Cup àti mọ̀ ẹ̀pá àwọn ọmọ Chelsea nù. Ọ̀yá ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ láàrin ikọ̀ Real Madrid àti Borussia Dortmund Sporting Rainbow ló ṣe rí sí.
Real Madrid àti Borussia Dortmund àtẹnimánú tàtàn àkótó àtọ̀lámọ́lá nítorí wípé àwọn méjèèjì ti mọ̀ra wọn tábà ní ká wọ ẹ̀tù ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ká síta lánàá a rí wípé Madrid gbọ́nàgbọ́nà ní okùn kànga wọn jìnnà sí okùn kànga wọn ó súnmọ́ dòrò Borussia Dortmund láti ní pé tábà ó káwọ́ personality lórí orí pápá wọn ò ní ju personality méjì lọ tí mo rò kán lè fi ṣàgbá Real Madrid ìyẹn Shehu Girassi very very tricky player to mark and to play against. Lè sọ pé bí Shehu Girassi láàrin ìṣẹ́jú kan sí ìṣẹ́jú méjì kí ló lè dán o kò sónítọ̀hún tó lè sọ and he is still one of the best striker in Europe but for the father of that colour he is not being celebrated but ìyẹn kọ́ là ń sọ bí òun ṣe.
Karim Adeyemi kọ́ ibẹ̀ ló wà.
àwọn méjèèjì tí mò ń sọ náà nìyẹn tẹ́ bá wo àwọn méjèèjì yẹn ṣé máàṣì yìí ṣé wọ́n máa deliver but ṣé Dortmund ṣé wọ́n lè last tí kàmìkàmì wọn tí ò bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn in Kovac they have a good coach no doubt about that but lórí pápá àwọn ò lọ lè tún di ọ̀rẹ́ padà ipe àti kìíní bá fẹ́ yí báyìí a sì lè yí báyìí kò fẹ́ sí ju Adéyẹmí àti Girassi lọ dó igi méjì ò lè dábò ṣe o àmọ́ lábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà mo rí pé agbára àti àmúyẹ máàṣì àwọn méjèèjì lálẹ́ ní àárín gbùngbùn náà ló jọ wà táwa ní ká wo àárín gbùngbùn yẹn Tchouaméni ó níṣẹ́ láti ṣe against Borussia Dortmund because Borussia Dortmund ó ń ṣe tíìmù tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n á wá dájú kọ wípé àárín nìkan láti fẹ́ bá yín gbá ẹgbẹ̀ẹ̀gbẹ́ méjèèjì náà oníkálukú wọn gbọ́dọ̀ múra ìyẹn tó ń túmọ̀ sí Trent àti the other guy tó ń wá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tiẹ̀ náà.
Okay, I just ask one question. Who are you pitching your tent with? Is it Real Madrid or Dortmund?
Definitely Real Madrid.
Okay.
Definitely Real Madrid in the sense that apart from being a fan of theirs, when you look at one-on-one play likes for likes, Madrid is still better team than Borussia Dortmund. Likes for likes in terms of coaching ability. We've seen Alonso playing against Kovac of Borussia Dortmund, earning probably 4 points in Bundesliga before he left them last season. So Alonso can predict Kovac can predict Alonso. So, but in terms of the personnel at the field of play, Madrid is having the upper hand against Borussia Dortmund.
Okay, let's quickly go to local news to the grassroots level. Ahmed Musa has been named Kano Pillars' new general manager. Kano State Governor Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf has appointed Super Eagles forward Ahmed Musa as the new general manager of Kano Pillars. The governor approved the appointment of manager board for the Kano Pillars as part of ongoing effort to further strengthen the team and enhance the performance in the upcoming Nigerian Premier Football League season. This followed the expiration of 1 year tenure earlier granted to the board, which successfully led the team to finish ninth on the NPFL table. Ahmed Musa as new general. How do you say it? Is it PR or is it well deserved?
Well deserved and PR.
Okay.
It's still the same thing to me, but will he perform, or did he has the experience of being a team manager, of general manager of a club?
I feel
that
like
is too heavy for Ahmed Musa for now.
I don't think we should see it in that way. He was the captain of Super Eagles for a long time.
Yes,
and
still the captain.
Yes, and he did well. I mean, and he's doing quite well.
Now the confusion here is it that Ahmed Musa has retired in Kano Pillar and still playing for Super Eagles, or is general manager and a team player of the team? Yeah, I don't really understand. I don't understand. But that being said, I believe it's a PR on the side of the governor. We are not here to discuss politics, but will Ahmed Musa perform? It's very difficult to say for now.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, still on Super Eagles, we're going to Super Eagles B. Set off to kick off CHAN training this weekend. The home base Super Eagles of Nigeria are set to resume camping in Ogun State this weekend as preparation begin in earnest for the 2025 African Nation Championship CHAN. The coaching crew led Eric Chell has already arrived in the capital with the official list of the invited players, and the camp will mark the start of the intensive training ahead of the continental tournament. Nigeria secured qualification for the 2025 CHAN after edging out regional rivals Ghana and then a return to the tournament following 3 consecutive absences. Drawn into Group D, Super Eagles will face formidable opponents including Congo, Senegal and Sudan. Nigeria opening match will be against Senegal on August 5th. How are you saying the CHAN?
A big test in our hand. I will just implore Chele to see this tournament as a means of discovering homegrown talent that he can call up to the normal Super Eagle team. I mean the normal national team. That they can be a backbone or a 4-2 player that he can call upon if the shovel roughs the ruffle. And to me, it should not be a situation of calling the expert to come and perform in CHAN. It should try to be more open. There shouldn't be let me see, what can I call this? More or less like dictating for him.
Yeah,
It should be open. Pick the necessary ones, the one he believes can deliver. To me, I'm not expecting them to go and win the tournament, but I'm expecting them to make use of this tournament to discover a ready-made, a standby, not even a ready-made, a standby team.
considering the fact that they've not been there for 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, now moving away from football and going to athletics this afternoon. Nasarawa State Governor Engineer Abdullahi Sule has graciously announced a cash gift of 75 million naira to athletes who represented the state in the just concluded sporting season. Applauding the performances of the Nasarawa Amazon for coming second in both the NWFL and the President Federation Cup, the governor awarded the team the sum of 30 million with 25 million to the players, while 5 million will be for the coaches. For Nasarawa United, the players got the sum of 20 million, while the technical team were handed the sum of 5 million. The festival team of the state were blessed with 10 million, while both the Nasarawa United feeders and supporters club got 5 million each. It's reading millions. How do you see this?
It's millions for happy millions. Kudos to the governor and to the government of Nasarawa State, but I pray the management that they are saddled with the responsibility of disbursing the payment to the workers in terms of the sporting team of Nasarawa State. They should get what they have been deemed fit to be given, not just promising here and there, check bouncing back, money is not yet cleared, one delay or the other. I believe politics of corruption will not come into play.
Okay, and now leaving the men's side and going straight to the women's football. Yes, talking about WAFCON. Nigerian opening match against Tunisia is today. The jerseys numbers are already ready, and also the captain, Super Falcons captain Rashidat Hajibade, has come out to express confidence in the team's readiness to challenge for the title at the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations. Tournament starts today with host Morocco facing the Copper Queens of Zambia in the opening match. Nigeria will begin their campaign against Tunisia tomorrow at the Labri Zaoli Stadium in Casablanca, and this will be the only second ever WAFCON meeting between Nigeria and Tunisia. The first encounter was in the year 2008 edition and ended in a goalless draw held in Equatorial Guinea. How do you see Super Eagles aiming to bounce back after recording their worst ever WAFCON performance 3 years ago, where they finished 4th place?
The Falcons, for now, Ajibade should leave the talking to us. They should do the needful on the field of play. You've read out the records now that head to head, we are draw with Tunisia, being the first one in 2008. They should go to the field of play, make us happy, not just you can be happy and not smiling, and you can be smiling without being happy. They should let the two affect us, being happy and at the same time smiling with them. Not just smiling, but smiling with what we expected them to do for good in terms of scoring. Not just scoring, but that group depends on goal difference. Goal difference might decide who will move to the next round in that very group that Nigerian found that we found ourselves in this very waffle tournament. We should score goals, not just scoring by 1-0, 1-0 or 2-1. We should score goals. We should. So I wish them good luck.
Okay, just to add to it, experienced winger Francisca Odega is making a return back to the squad, and according to their captain again, they are ready to make us proud. So good luck to the Super Falcons. We gotta go on a break, and when we're back, we're going to talk about the transfer update and go into the tennis world.
Wholesome Radio. Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903-936-8185. Call Toby on 0803-509-3394. Yomi on 0706-616-5053. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ polówó ọjà yín lórí rédíò tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ máa ta wàràwàrà bọ́ mẹ́ta ṣe ń tà West Radio ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ o àfẹ̀tiwà gbé tiyín lárugẹ owó owó ò ga jára lọ o come for your jingle and advertisement at West Radio 89.3 FM gbogbo lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ àti lájọ̀lájọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti kéékèèké ẹ̀yin ilé ìjọsìn pátápátá ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ wá gbé wò ẹ jẹ́ wò ẹ jọ́ wò ẹ tọ́ wò jọ́ gbà kọ́ga ni mástà. kí lẹ tún dúró dúró ṣe náà ẹ má ṣe tàbí ṣùgbọ́n o ẹ máa bọ̀ wá sílé iṣẹ́ wa gbàǹgbà la wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ títì ilé funfun pẹ̀lú àwọ̀ búlù ní Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ìbàdàn Ọ̀yọ́ State Nàìjíríà ẹ̀lú 07066165053 tàbí 08035093394 West Radio 89.3 FM Ọlọ́run gbọ́ gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ojú kan ló wà.
When we eat the bread and drink the cup of wine, we believe that Christ in us.
Every Sunday on this station, World's Radio 89.3 FM, join Pastor Felix Femi-Oloyade as he ministers directly, distinctly, and diligently to unfold the truth and unlock the world that will transform your life and bring you into the realization that Christ in you is the hope of glory. Tune in every Sunday at 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. for the program Hope of Glory with Pastor Felix Femi-Oloyade on this station. Listen attentively and believe that Christ in us
is our hope of glory.
Ìbàdàn àti agbègbè rẹ̀ ẹ kú àmójúbà ètò àánúlẹ̀ẹ̀kan sí i láti iléeṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ God's Word Harvest Tabernacle lórí Wells Radio 89.3 FM ọ̀rọ̀ ìyànjú ìṣínilétí ìmúlọ́kànlé àti ìgboyà eléyìí tí ó máa dé sétí ìgbọ́ yín ní gbogbo ọjọ́ àìkú Sunday láàrin agogo 7 kù ìṣẹ́jú 15 sí agogo 2 àárọ̀ ìṣẹ́jú 15 gbáko látẹnu ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run alààyè Reverend G.O. Ògúndáre ẹ pàdé ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run alààyè ẹni tí kìí fi òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run sábẹ́ ahọ́n sọ lọ́jọ́ Sunday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí láago 7 kù ìṣẹ́jú 15 sí aago 2 àárọ̀ kájọ mu omi ìgbàlà lẹ́nu ikọ̀ àti ìríjú Olódùmarè àánú lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí lọ́jọ́ Sunday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí àjọ máa gbọ́ ni.
Hope and Restoration Hour.
Jesus is taking care of me.
I don't know who is listening to me out there. Maybe you two, you are saying, I know I'm not where I should be. You have dreams, you have ideas, but for some reason, you have challenges. You will obtain mercy in the name of Jesus.
Join Evangelist Lillian Bademosi on this channel, World's Radio 89.3 FM, every Sunday at 2 p.m. as she and her partners dig deep into the scriptures to unravel the truth that sets the captives free, brings hope to the hopeless, and restores them back into the plan and purpose of God for their lives.
There are times you feel boxed and it's like this is shame staring me in the face. Sometimes marital issues. Your children are probably not doing well in school. Your in-laws are probably frustrating you. You don't need to understand how it's going to happen. God does not have to walk through the process, you know.
Don't miss Hope and Restoration Hour with Evangelist Lillian Bademosi at 2 p.m. this Sunday and every Sunday on West Radio 89.3 FM. God bless you as you listen.
I know He's taking care of me.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Hey there! Want to stay connected to your favorite radio station? Follow us on social media for the latest updates, entertaining wholesome content, and behind-the-scene peaks. We're on Instagram at Wells Radio 893, Facebook Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, X Wells Radio 893. Follow our WhatsApp channel Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Get a scoop on upcoming shows, giveaways, and events. Also get to interact with your favorite presenters and share your thoughts on our posts and stories. Join the conversation and stay tuned into Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
كان ساعا الكثير لإسبانيول ضاعت الكرة من جانبي إسبانيول تمريرة خابئة صدمت في الدفاع رونالدو كريستيانو على اليمين رونالدو مر رونالدو عدى بمهارة يا عيني يا كريستيانو وهذا كله والكل يقول أن ليس في مستواه. هذا الهدف عدى من الأول. رونالدو مر جميلة من رونالدو, جميلة من كريستيانو.
Ja cap a la dreta per Xavi, assistència de Xavi més cap a la dreta per Messi, Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi, gol, 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 increïble, no m'ho puc...
For Selko, here's Mbappe! Teenage kicks! The ultimate teenage kick!
Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! And what a time! In what a place! What a player! Wayne Rooney out of this world! 2-1 United! One of the great goals in the history of the Manchester United.
Welcome back to Wales Weekend Total Sport, where you hear correct sport update. And starting with the sport. Let's start with tennis this afternoon. Yes, going to the men's side, the defending champion Carlos Alcaraz kept himself on course for a third Wimbledon title in a row by overcoming Jen Lennart in an enthralling encounter to reach the fourth round. According to Carlos Alcaraz, it was one of the most stressful match of his life. You know, world number 2, that's Carlos Alcaraz, yet to really eat his stride at the tournament, but came through some big pressure situation and produced moments of quality in this match to seal a 6-1, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 win. Alcaraz would next face 14th seed Andrew Rublev, who beat Adriana Marino 7-5, 6-2, 6-3 for a place in the quarterfinals. I'm going to the women's side this afternoon, which is the most unpredictable in the Wimbledon. Yes, British number 1 Emma Raducanu is yet again out of Wimbledon after falling short of beating top seed Tana in a gripping third round match on center court. Raducanu is number 23, put a 3-time Grand Slam champion and clear title favorite under extreme pressure before succumbing to a 6-6, 7-6, 8-6, 6-4 defeat. According to her, it's hard to take a loss like that, but at the same time, she has pushed Anna Sabalenka, who is a great champion, and yes, she has to be proud. Raducanu ranked 40th in the world, played with clarity and confidence, and throughout most of a captivating contest. And still on tennis this afternoon, yes, just an insight into tennis. Yes, the unprecedented number of high-profile exits among the top-seeded in both the men and women's single draw has been an eye-opener in this particular tournament. Yes, with French Open champion Coco Gauff and men's third-seed Alexander Zverev among the highest-ranked players to exit. A record total of 8 top 10-seeded players dropped out in the first round, and the most at any major tournament since the start of an open era in 1968. Only one of the top-seeded women's player, world number 1, Anna Sabalenka, has progressed to the third round for just the second time in the open era, and 4 of the top-ranked players exited in the first round at the Slam for only the third time in the past 25 years, before British fourth seed Jack Draper also fell in the second round. What could explain this? And now going back to football this afternoon. Yes, let's go to the transfer update this afternoon. Newcastle have made Italy international Juju Cavani their top defense transfer target. With the Magpies open, they can sign a 21-year-old Atalanta centre back for about 30 million euros. Raheem, how do you see this?
That Newcastle want to acquire him, it's a good sign on his own part, but will Atlanta accede to that leverage of paying 21? Though maybe that is the sign of the peg on his head that it has to be 21. But I believe maybe Atlanta will roll the ball rolling in the sense that Newcastle is a money back club from England. So I believe even if I thought they are going to get him, they will definitely put a adds on that money.
Okay, so is the amount for me? Let me get this angle. Is the amount too small for Newcastle, or is it well deserved for the player, for Cavani?
The amount is too small for Newcastle, and is well deserved for them to acquire him. More reason I'm saying Atlanta might decide that they want to come to the table. Fine, this is the amount we want to release him, but this is what we are expecting. There might be adds-on the money for Newcastle to pay.
Okay, now this one's a very interesting one, and because it concerns Arsenal. Again, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has set a deadline of less than 2 weeks for the club to agree a deal for Sporting Sweden striker Victor Gyökeres with RB Leipzig 22-year-old Slovenian forward Benjamin Sesko, and Aston Villa England only Watkins 29 alternative options. We have been hearing this thing for how many months now? Gyökeres, Sesko, Oli Watkins. Which one doesn't I want to take? That's the first question. Now the second question is, which one do you think fits Arsenal's profile?
This one way they ask me.
Raymond, do you want to say something?
Me I know be Arteta. Arteta already set 2 weeks last option for Arsenal board to sign Gyökeres from Sporting. Making no forget, say he no be the financier of that very team.
Don't you think?
Wait, Lizet. I know say now your club, but waiting me I know be say Arsenal no be team we say they won't win trophy. Arsenal na team we say then they make profit. No be trophy, but profit. Buying Gyökeres at what rate? Is this that very 68 they are ready to pay or waiting? Me I don't know. Arteta should come out. Can't tell us waiting they expect. Is this Sesko that they are saying 75 or be waiting the column that they will pay for? The two of them they are still playing, Jare.
Yeah. Okay, wait, Raymond. Before you answer that question, let me get on that angle. Don't you think it's a bold step for Arteta to actually set a deadline for the board? Because I mean, we are like, is it the coach that is the problem, or is it the Arsenal board that is against it?
This are make believe bold step. It's a make believe step to me. Waiting they be say Arteta need to come hard for them fans to talk. Say Arteta they talk. Now the financier no agree to his own side. I know Arsenal can no fit sign Gyökeres. They no fit paying such amount on a single player. Arsenal will see it like they can use that money to build another team.
Raymond.
Ibi tèmi ti rí tí Arsenal ti ń ṣe àṣìṣe wọn bọ̀ ní ìgbésẹ̀ tán gbé láti appoint Andrew Bata gẹ́gẹ́ bí sporting director. Because tá bá wo regime Andrew Bata nínú ikọ̀ Atletico Madrid, kí ni achievement, then àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù tó sign fún Atletico Madrid, kí ni performance wọn, kí ni rating wọn. So kán wá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lọ gbèrú sporting director yẹn, mi ìwé pé Arsenal máa débì kankan ní next season. Then láti máa dárúkọ
Raymond ọwọ́lọ́wọ́ ìsọ̀ òun lòun Jacobu ní Batra nínú ikọ̀ Arsenal. Ẹ má jà gbàgbé.
Decision ò sí lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀.
Ọwọ́lọ́wọ́ ìsọ̀ òun lòun Jacobu. Ó yẹ kí àkàwé yẹn ti yéré mọ́.
Ó yé mi o.
Arteta is there. Guardiola is around. There will be connections between all these people now. Batra we know is a soft-minded sporting director that doesn't really have the flair for acquiring the best. we know his reign in Atletico Madrid.
Sporting rẹ̀ jẹ́ ká wo bí eléyìí tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Victor Gyökeres lóòótọ́ atamátàsé tí ó ṣe dáadáa ni jẹ́ tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Benjamin Sesko náà àwọn náà dá but ẹ wá wo ikọ̀ Chelsea pẹ̀lú ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń gbé ìròyìn fi léde pé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí Victor Osimhen but wages Victor Osimhen ò jẹ́ kán lọ fún kí wọ́n gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti gbé Joao Pedro Liam Delap láti inú ikọ̀ Ipswich kan tó lè relegation a rí pé Chelsea try láti operate within EPL so tí Arsenal gbé ìgbésẹ̀ nígbà tí owó tán gbélé orí Benjamin Sesko àti Gyökeres ti pọ̀ jù ṣebí Evan Ferguson wà nínú ikọ̀ Brighton dẹ̀ nígbà tí Oli Watkins náà wà nínú Aston Villa mo fi ìpè tán bá kó 50 million lórí àwọn méjèèjì ó jẹ́ 100 million wọ́n rí wọ́n gbé wọnú ikọ̀ Arsenal dẹ̀ máa challenge ní next season pẹ̀lú àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀ méjèèjì.
òótọ́ ni bọ̀ èyí wọn ẹ̀ wùn mí ṣé Àtẹ́tà jẹ́ kó ṣì kan tó yẹ pé a jẹ́ kó yẹ pé player tó máa gbé fún player tó máa bóun ta kàngbọ̀n ni Àtẹ́tà ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ pé Àtẹ́tà ń ṣerú player kò ń ṣerú kó ṣì bẹ́ẹ̀ and at the same time Gyökeres Sesko tí Arsenal tẹnumọ́ yìí láàrin àwa mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tá a jókòó yìí àtolólùfẹ́ Arsenal fúnra rẹ̀ tóun fúnra rẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn ò lè gbé wọn I no mention of names o òun fúnra rẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn ò lè gbé wọn but less bíi 25 bíi 30 bíi 35 is nìyẹn tẹ́mi mọ́ta Arsenal lè lọ gbé àwọn Ferguson yìí ṣé wọ́n wá ju 35 lọ.
wọ́n jùlọ tá a bá tẹ̀ wọ́jọ́ orí wọn.
as in terms of owó tán lè kólé wọn.
ẹ̀ náà ni mò ń sọ.
so Arsenal ò lè sign irú àwọn player bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà àwọn fan base wọn ṣé tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wọn ṣé media hype àwọn player yìí ṣó máa tètè jẹ́ kán pawó yẹn wọ́n ń wá àwọn tó jẹ́ pé lẹ́sọlẹ́sọ ní pápápá ẹja tètè mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ owó á tètè wọlé
wọn ò sì fẹ́ sanwó
ẹ wá ní kan to me ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì tí Àtẹ́tà san yẹn kó má dàbí pé ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ Arsenal mi ṣe nǹkan kan ẹ ti rí pé mo sọ fún àwọn lọ́wọ́ gbé o.
season kan tiẹ̀ wà tí
drama
yìí ṣẹlẹ̀ pé Arsenal máa gbé agbábọ́ọ̀lù tó ṣe kan rìn nígbẹ̀yìn Yaya Sanogo náà lọ gbé so káwọn.
o ti wọ́n sọ yẹn ti pẹ́.
May we come up for Arsenal top, we go Barcelona. Barcelona will make a fresh approach for Liverpool 28-year-old Colombia winger Luis Diaz after another target. Nico Williams signed a new contract with Athletic Bilbao. May we come up from there. We don't talk about that. Well, Manchester United and England forward Marcus Rashford is a backup option for Barcelona if they fail to sign Diaz. Okay, let's talk about this thing. Since Luis Diaz and what do they call it, and Rashford day, how do you think this is going to be?
Well, to me, that at the mid of last season, they begin to talk about Rashford. That news fell apart. Now, pecking on that Nico, Luis, then Rashford. Rashford should be very careful going to Barcelona. If you see, to me, his playing days is outnumbered and he's outgone in Manchester United. If you see another part to his calling, probably to Turkey or out there in Germany, he shouldn't be looking for a big club that he needs to be playing. He should just find a modest club that is either Europa.
Rashford is proud. All of you need to know that.
Which I have said.
Yes.
But now, what is on the table is age. He still has one or two other things playing out for him in terms of age in the world of football.
Yeah.
But when it comes to playing chances, Rashford cannot for now. He has two things that he needs to take away from his own personal character, which Raymond has talked about: ego and that financial status. That he has been overhyped. That I'm earning probably 350, 400, 450. I don't want to come. No.
Let me just debate a little bit just because of what you just said. Okay. Let's pick another person. Osimhen. I want to see if they're in the same category. Osimhen has all cards on the table. He could either be with Galatasaray or go to the Saudi Pro League side or go to Europe. Now, reports are saying that the money they're presenting from Europe is lesser. Now, he's not agreeing to go to Saudi Pro League that they will pay the better money. Okay. That means he's thinking about his ball
footballing career.
Yeah, career. And now it's back at Napoli and he's not even now playing for the senior team. Now he's playing, they took him back to the junior team.
No, they are off season now.
I'm just saying, like, so how do you think that one is playing out for Osimhen? Would you agree that Osimhen to also drop? Is it ego that is wrong with Osimhen?
No, it's not ego.
Okay.
If I keep saying that, if I'm in Osimhen camp,
okay,
I'll just tell him, bro, remain with Galatasaray.
Yeah.
Let go of Napoli issue. If Galatasaray is telling us that they want to sign you permanently, but you have to drop a card out of your card, probably maybe salary strength, bro, let's go for it. Galatasaray is not the kind of team that probably within 2-3 seasons, Osimhen will have an opportunity of moving to another level. But going to Al Hilal is more or less like he just want to make money, not the record. So to me, I will tell him to stay with Galatasaray, not even looking at the direction of Raymond, not even looking at the direction of Man U or Chelsea.
Okay.
Now, Napoli is trying to spice Osimhen, talking about Lookman. I don't know, maybe you heard that news that that Conte demand for Lookman. No, to me, it's just a spice news.
Mm-hmm.
Just to spite Osimhen. Yeah. To me, Lookman will not make such mistake because Conte is not an African coach.
Yes,
he's not.
Sporting Ren, tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé òkè kí Victor Osimhen reduce wages rẹ̀ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ ikọ̀ Galatasaray, lóòótọ́ ni Galatasaray nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí, wọ́n ready láti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú Victor Osimhen. Instead of that, tíru ikọ̀ bíi Arsenal tán bá lè sanrú owó tí Osimhen máa reduce ẹ̀ sí tí Galatasaray máa san, ṣé o rò pé ó yẹ kí Arsenal gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti gbé Victor Osimhen?
Arsenal lè san. You can call
Arsenal
any
lè san
other
200,000 fún Victor Osimhen.
Arsenal lè san. They cannot. Arsenal is not ready to spend that. We just mentioned it now. Arsenal is after money. They're not ready to drop that kind of money. Arsenal will not.
The one thing about Osimhen deal is that me and pride to is Osimhen is saying after task, my 200 should remain. That is the bone of contention. After task, that one thing or the other, after task, my salary should remain. Napoli is not ready to be part
lower
of
their demand.
Okay, can he buy himself out of that contract? Yes, he can.
Oh, my run out contract, yeah.
Not even running out the contract, buy himself out of the contract. Probably, okay, in the next 2 seasons you have to pay me so amount. Okay, I didn't want this, I want you to go, and I'm ready to part with this. Buy her out in here.
Wọ́n terminate the contract yẹn.
Exactly.
So ṣé Napoli ready láti gbèrú ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn?
Ṣé Koulibaly will buy her out kó tó lọ sí Chelsea? Koulibaly buy her out of Napoli now, if you remember.
Yeah.
He buy himself out before going to Chelsea. Irú situation yẹn náà ni Osimhen wà yìí. But nǹkan tí mo kọ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó Osimhen tó fi yàtọ̀ sí Rashford ni pé Osimhen is still a joy.
Ó ṣì ń deliver.
Yes, he's still delivering. But kọjọ́ máa lọ. To me, èmi ṣì maintain pé tó bá ṣì dúró sí Galatasaray yẹn bí ìtàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́. Galatasaray will play in the Champions League now. Tó bá yẹ kó Champions League, but Osimhen, is he the kind of footballer that can win Champions League? With which team? Chelsea fine, but Chelsea ready láti sign? No. Owó tó yẹ kí Chelsea san lórí Osimhen, ẹ má gbàgbé kan ti fi gbé player mẹ́ta báyìí o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. In
terms of wages and sign-on fee, wọ́n ti fi gbé player mẹ́ta. But ṣé tó bá wà Galatasaray ṣó máa play in Champions League? Fine, I play. Ṣó máa win ẹ̀? No. Tíìmù wo ló tún lè lọ? PSG. Ṣé Enrique fẹ́? No.
Man
U. Yes. Ṣé wọ́n lè débẹ̀? No. The only bone of contention tẹ́mi rí pé Man U tí máa sign big player ni pé wọ́n ò sí ní UEFA competition this season yìí. Nǹkan tí mi rí tó ń àfẹ́ ti Man U nìyẹn, kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Be it coach or no coach, àwọn ọlọ́mọ ọmọ yẹn máa yanjú yẹn. But playing in the UEFA competition towards World Cup, àwọn player need there, not just club football alone, not just your league club football alone, but that UEFA competition too, they need it.
Okay, let's just take 2 more transfer news. Everton 35-year-old Senegal midfielder Idrissa Gueye, whose contract expired on Monday, has signed another new 1-year deal with the option of another year. And Poland goalkeeper Szczęsny, who is 35, that came out of retirement to join Barcelona last season, is also set to sign a 2-year contract with the Spanish champion. Last, before we go, Inter Miami remain in talks with 38-year-old Argentina striker Lionel Messi over an extension to his current contract, which expires at the end of 2025. We're not surprised about this one. Inter Miami
Messi comes is just trying to use Alila to increase the profile.
We all saw this coming.
Exactly.
Okay, this is where we take our leave this afternoon. Sporting Rams here, right?
Thanks to our listeners at home for listening to us. By Monday, we'll be back with you here. My name is Fatai Oyebisi, saying goodbye, Sporting Rams.
ẹ̀yin tí wá ṣe tẹ́tí gbọ́ wa lé ní a tún máa padà wá ní orí ètò Sport Assembly ní aago 6 ní ọjọ́ Monday. Orúkọ mi ò yí padà, Raymond Tana.
Thank you for tuning in to World's Weekend Total Sport. My name remains Lizet Femi-Oloyade, Sport Baby. Have a wonderful weekend.